Okay, losers. So today we're going to be taking a look at Piranha mouse mods. I've had a lot of experience with them. I've had a lot of communications with Piranha himself about feedback of them. I've seen a couple of videos recently, people reviewing mice that weren't even made by him, so let's get into some that actually were. Now, these mice are shilled by a lot of people, they're hated by a lot of people, but the common factor between these two types of people is none of them have ever used or owned a mouse from Piranha. So let's see what they're about. And what I just said wasn't shade to anyone. I just want to be fair to Piranha and make it clear that other reviews have not been accurate. So initially I got this one. This was the S2 shape. Not 100% accurate, but the shape itself was pretty good. I didn't have no problems with it. I did have issues with the build quality of this mouse. The gap here, it wasn't wide enough. The click scraped against the side wall on both sides, which I had to sand down to stop from happening. The bottom plate on this, it's not very stable, so sometimes when you're using it on the pad, it would scratch on certain places because it's not even and the skate's quite thin. And one problem with the initial design is the base plate was too thick, which reduced the lift-off distance and gave it quite a lot of DPI deviation, which seems to have been fixed now. I did give him a lot of feedback about that, so it's good to see that it's been fixed. Definitely thinner on the latest iteration I have. Now, the problems with the S2 seem to be fixed on the ultralight 2 by using a thicker print setting, I would imagine. I didn't have any issues with the bottom rubbing. I didn't have any issues with the clicks rubbing either. The only issue I had with this mouse is it seemed like the pegs to hold the scroll in place were damaged or not printed properly, because sometimes it will come out of the socket and make like a zow with scroll sort of noise instead of just a nice smooth linear one. But this mouse feels much better, much more improved. The shape isn't one-to-one with the Ultralight 2, it is quite different, it's a lot more flat. But I guess one side effect of it being a thicker print material to fix the QC issues is advertised at 57 grams, it's actually 61. Not a big deal. Being that it's small and 61 grams, it does make it feel heavier than what it is though. The S2 is 63 grams, bigger size, but again, due to the thinner print material, it seems to have issues. Now, just to talk in terms of performance, G305 PCB, you're getting Hero sensor, you're getting Logitech wireless, which is fine, top grade, no issues. You're not going to have any connection issues at all. So they do charge with the magnet USB cables, which is quite a nifty feature, you know. The batteries inside are pretty good as well, you know. You charge it probably about once every 3 weeks, running 1000 hertz, which is fine. I do consider about the longevity of it though, as you know, it's right there on the palm. If you're sweating and your sweat's getting onto that metal contact, I don't know how long it will be until it starts corroding and tarnishing and will stop working. And then seemingly you're gonna have to take the mouse apart to get that out, to put another one in there. So we can talk more about overall quality. You squeeze them on the sides, there's no squeaking. You can obviously actuate the side buttons on this one, and on the bottom there's a bit of squeaking. I think that's mainly due to the on-off switch and the plastic around there rubbing, which isn't a big deal. This one, if this print feels a lot more dense and solid than the S2. With this one, there's no noise on the bottom, there's no squeak, and you can activate the side buttons. So yeah, this one, somewhere in between these two in terms of the level of noise from the bottom, and squeezing from the side, nothing. I can't actually activate side buttons on this one, which is an improvement, as that's the newest one. So Piranha was kind enough to reach out to me and offer to send me this Viper Mini for free. That's not going to affect my opinion a bit. Blah, 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 blah. Fucking shit, what the other reviewers say. This is his newer design. Since he started 3D scanning the shapes, the quality is apparent. You can see the improvements just from the pictures. It also comes with, we'll do a click test later though. This shape feels amazing. So another thing that's been criticized with these mice is the clicks. So we can just do a click rundown of these. These have just the stock on-runs that come on the 305 PCB, and this one has 4.0s. This is clearly sounds a lot better. These ones do kind of have the sound of a side button. These, it just sounds like a normal mouse. Feels a lot better, more tactile. And post travel, squeezing as hard as I can. Nowhere near as bad as other videos I've seen. Ultralight 2 has the least. Squeezing as hard as I can. Viper Mini has the most. But you can see the click design has now been designed to reduce that as much as possible, and with the adjustable clicks coming on the updated models in the future, I think the problem's going to be gone. Okay, so we can talk about skates. Piranha does make these PTFD dots himself. I initially didn't like them when I had experience with this mouse because I felt like they digged into the pad and dragged. But now that I've got the Viper Mini, which base is completely flat and smooth, there's nothing on the mouse is going to scratch the pad. The feet are actually really good. They're fast, they're smooth, very controllable, really good. I've put G Pro wireless hyperglides on this one, works fine, no problem. This one, if I put 0.8mm skates on them, it would not track. Piranha says that these are 0.8mm, so I don't know what the situation with that. This one works fine. I've not experimented with this one yet. Piranha does send them out with some grips, just simple black grips. They feel really good. Awesome. So to talk about the Viper Mini, the newest one, the most updated one that I've been sent. This mouse, I'm really enjoying it. I could see myself maintaining this mouse. At the moment, I'm in contention of this one and the HATIAS wireless. In hand, they feel really similar to me. This is 59 grams and this is 56 grams, so almost identical in feel. I think it's quite evident to see the clear progression that Piranha's gone through and the improvements he's made to his products. This one, it had issues. He did give me a 50% refund on it. I will say Piranha's customer service is absolutely phenomenal. He's going to take care of you. He's going to be back and forth with you. He will communicate with you. Any problems, you're going to get a resolution. This one, the scroll had an issue. He did offer me to send it back to him and he would repair it, but he'd already helped me out so much I didn't want to bother him, and the mouse was still usable, so we left it there. And the fact that he wanted to reach out to a previous customer and send them the newest product to show his improvements just shows what kind of guy he is. He has pride in his work. So it's going to be hit and miss sometimes. There's going to be problems. He's going to take care of you. Now, to talk about if I can recommend these most, now that's a different conversation. I can recommend this mouse. I can say this is a good mouse. I can say this could be an endgame mouse for anyone. The price is quite high, so that's going to be down to you to determine if you want to pay for G Pro wireless Logitech performance in any shape you want. €200 is expensive. I would only really suggest these mice if you're an enthusiast like I am. I own too many mice. I have mental problems or something. Oh, you're 27 and buy so many mice. Fuck you, fuck me. Yeah, fuck everyone. There's a lot more that I can say, but I'm not really good at this review thing. I'm not going to be like, oh, this shape is so good, and if your hands are X by X, because that's all, I personally think that's all bullshit. I'm using the mouse and I enjoy it. I can't talk if you're going to enjoy it. I can say these are good products. I can say I've had issues, and I can say I've been taken care of exponentially. Now, you're going to see a lot of people on Discord and Reddit that just write these mice off and say they're bad when they've never tried them. And ironically, a lot of these people seem to be friends with other people who make printed products. So there's some bias there, which I think is disingenuous. So shout out to Piranha. I'll be linking the stuff below. If you want to try a mouse that's a bit more exotic, this could be an option. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on his stuff. His wireless M1K looks pretty damn good. And I've not tried one of his mice that are printed with the other material. I don't know the name off the top of my hand, but I do think the problems I've had in the past have been caused through the resin print and the curing and stuff like that. So I'd be interested to try one of the other materials. Alright, that's it. Catch you guys later.